Welcome back to the adrenaline-fueled world of the Baba Yaga, as we dive into the chaotic masterpiece of John Wick Chapter 2. Our story kicks off immediately after the first film, with John launching a brutal assault on a Russian chop shop to reclaim his stolen 1969 Mustang. In a relentless display of vehicular gun-fu, John completely obliterates Abram Tarasov's entire security force inside the warehouse. After tearing through dozens of henchmen, John calmly pours himself a drink, offers an uneasy peace to Abram, and drives his heavily damaged car home. Hoping to finally embrace his quiet retirement, John buries his massive arsenal of weapons and gold coins back into the concrete basement floor. But the criminal underworld never sleeps, and John's peaceful night is violently shattered by a high-ranking Italian crime lord named Santino D'Antonio. Santino presents John with a marker, an unbreakable, blood oath medallion that John signed years ago to secure his retirement. Bound by the sacred rules of the underworld, Santino demands that John assassinate his own sister, Gianna D'Antonio, to claim her seat on the high table. John fiercely refuses, declaring that he is done with his past life, but Santino ruthlessly reminds him that the marker cannot be denied. To send a devastating message, Santino uses a tactical grenade launcher to completely incinerate John's beautiful home, burning his memories to ashes. Left with absolutely nothing but his loyal dog, John walks miles to the Continental Hotel in New York to speak with manager Winston. Winston delivers a chilling reality check. If John breaks the rules of the marker, he will face execution by the entire high table network. Realizing he has no choice, a cold and calculated John accepts the contract and travels to the historic, neon-soaked streets of Rome. In Rome, John visits a specialized criminal armory, selecting a devastating array of tactical weapons for the upcoming assassination. He meets with a high-end underworld tailor, ordering a custom-made, sleek three-piece suit woven with advanced tactical bulletproof lining. John sneaks into a lavish celebration where Gianna D'Antonio is being crowned as the new leader of the powerful Camorra syndicate. Cornered in her private chamber, Gianna chooses to slit her own wrists, and John delivers a mercy shot to the head to fulfill the marker. As John attempts to slip away through the ancient Roman catacombs, Santino's elite strike team double-crosses him to eliminate all witnesses. At the exact same time, Gianna's fiercely loyal personal bodyguard, Cashin, spots John and opens fire, triggering a massive gunfight. Armed with his new tactical weapons, John blasts his way through dozens of heavily armed mercenaries in the dark, narrow catacombs. John and Cashin engage in a brutal, bone-crushing hand-to-hand fight that crashes straight through the windows of the Rome Continental Hotel. The manager, Julius, instantly halts the violence, reminding them that anyone shedding blood on Continental grounds will be deemed excommunicado. With the blood oath fulfilled but his life in extreme danger, John returns to New York, only to find a $7 million bounty on his head. Santino has broadcasted the massive contract to every underground killer in the city, turning New York into a deadly hunting ground. John is instantly ambushed by diverse assassins, including a ruthless street violinist and a mute, high-tech enforcer named Ares. Bleeding and exhausted, John escapes into the subway system, where he confronts Cashin once again in a silent, high-stakes knife fight. John overpowers Cashin, plunging a knife directly into his aorta, but leaves him alive out of professional respect before walking away. Desperate for sanctuary, John seeks assistance from the Bowery King, the leader of a massive, hidden network of undercover street agents. The Bowery King provides John with a single Kimber pistol, 7 rounds of ammunition, and secret coordinates to Santino's location. John tracks Santino to a modern art museum, launching a final, breathtaking assault against an army of heavily armed security guards. In a dazzling hall of mirrors, John executes flawless tactical reloads, eliminating every single guard with terrifying, surgical precision. John corners the mute enforcer Ares in the mirror maze, defeating her in a lethal blade duel and leaving her to die on the reflective floor. Terrified for his life, Santino flees the museum and takes refuge inside the New York Continental Lounge, smugly believing he is safe. John walks directly into the lounge, ignores Winston's desperate warnings, and fires a clean bullet straight into Santino's forehead. By executing a target inside the sacred Continental Hotel, John has broken the ultimate law of the criminal underworld. The next day, Winston meets a broken John in Central Park and reveals that the High Table has officially doubled the bounty to $14 million. Winston explains that John is now officially excommunicado, stripped of all underworld privileges, resources, and protection worldwide. Out of deep personal friendship, Winston grants John a 1-hour head start before the massive international contract goes fully active. Winston checks his watch and signals the operators, and instantly, every single cell phone in Central Park rings with John's bounty details. John realizes that every beggar, businessman, and civilian around him is a potential killer waiting for the clock to strike zero. Holding his dog's leash tightly, John looks around at the sea of assassins, whispers a final warning, and begins to run into the shadows. Make sure to smash that follow button, like this video, and comment below. Is Chapter 2 the greatest action sequel ever made?